Welcome to another bikepacking adventure on a fat bike. I'm 10 kilometres out from the town of Tumbarumba, New South Wales, Australia, and I'm heading up into the Alpine. That's slowly heading up into the Alpine. It's a beautiful day at the moment, but tomorrow the weather's going to come in. I might have 25-30 centimetres of snow. Some big trees that didn't get touched by the bushfires. This section here, there's been no bushfire through, or very minor. Up until just before, everything's been burnt by the bushfires in 2019, quite severely. But here, it's gone through a little bit, it looks like, but very little in comparison to the rest. Whew. Been climbing. It's the first bit of downhill in a long time. Didn't expect to see an emu. It's the last thing I expected to see. A lot of chicks. Should be about 3 kilometres till I turn right on Boundary Road, which I've been looking forward to. I hope I don't descend too much now. We've done a lot of climbing, so I don't want to lose it all straight away. Temperature's quite cool. Got a spin jumper on, gloves at the moment, and long pants. See, bushfires came through in 2019 very severely. All slowly recovering. That's what I've been looking for. Boundary Road. This is my turn off. State forest open. Exercise caution. Okay. Be interesting how this road is. Hopefully it's not too wet. It rained yesterday morning a fair bit, but it's been almost a day now, so hopefully it's dry enough. It's 20 past 11. It's all about time today. Can I make it? We'll see. If not, I guess I'll camp in my tent and get ready for a blizzard, because it's possible blizzard conditions tomorrow. You can definitely see it's had a lot of fire through here in 2019. There's regrowth. Now, I just descended quite a bit before. I guess I'm going to have to go up. Now, I really don't want to be descending at the moment. these horse markings you see, the horse poo, that's where they mark their territory. I don't want to be descending like this. I'm aiming up for Round Mountain. That's where I sort of come out here and then I go into the jungle wilderness and I'll go onto Round Mountain Trail. But I don't want to descend because I've got a lot of climbing. And this is about 20 kilometres long, this road track. It turns into a track. Look where it comes out. And then I've probably got, I don't know, 10 kilometres more then again to get up to the hut. And it's all getting slower and slower. I'm not sure how much snow will be on the trail. Hopefully none, and hopefully it's not too muddy. So the conditions of the track will depend on how fast I go. And it's just dry enough now, so it'll be interesting. Anyway, like it's always, all you can do is go out and try and see what happens. Don't think I've got any rivers to cross. I'm really hoping if there is, there's a bridge. This is a road. It's getting less like a road. One car that's been through recent, just you can see one of these full drive, so that's kind of good. You can tell they came through when it was wet because they slipped everywhere. That means yesterday. I thought because it was marked as a road it'd be pretty good. I guess it's got to be better than the tracks. It's not quite as good as I was hoping, but well. Oh, going up again. Well, we descended down to that creek. Now obviously we've got to climb again. Got lots of climbing still to do. Got a long way. Don't know if I'm going to make it today. Anyway. I thought this road would be a little flatter and a little more straightforward. But it's descending up and down quite a bit still. So at least it's gone in to the road, so it's an easy tree crossing. Kind of lucky. The road was soft enough that it squashed in. It's almost 20 past 1 and I need a break. I've been going since 8 o'clock this morning. I've had drink breaks, well, a few, and 2 muesli bars. Otherwise I'll die. I want to get out of this area before that storm comes in. It's 2:30, time is creeping on by. The main thing I want to do is make sure I get somewhere with water and it's not too exposed with these trees with the high winds that are coming. Like I did want to make the hut, but that's 2:30, not possible. A little bit of downhill. I've been climbing quite steep, doing a fair bit of walking the last little bit. My legs. I must trudge on at the moment. I've hit the wall. My legs have lost their power. It's 2:45. I'll just keep trudging along slowly. There's no power left in me. See where we get to. Yep. I'm tired, but I must keep going until I find somewhere that has a creek and it looks like a bit better of a campsite. I'm on Blackjack Trail. I'm just entering Kosciuszko National Park. I want to be away from the trees and have an open area, but I also want a creek. We're up to 20 to 4. And tomorrow is meant to be 20 centimetres of snow or so, and blizzard, so I'll just bunker down and see what the next day brings and let's take it as it comes and see how we go. I've got like heaps of food, like I said, so as long as I've got water and I'm at a safe camp spot, survive a month out of here if I had to. Quite easy. It's all calm all of a sudden. Must be behind the mountain or something. My legs are tied. They're almost like jelly. I must continue on. No power left in my legs. Not at the moment. It's 4 p.m. and my legs are just, that's it. I don't think I can go much further. There's a little creek here flowing. Hopefully over there that's open from trees. So that should be safe. I'll just walk over there first and see it's not completely a swamp, because that's what I need is water. Got enough food, enough gas. My legs are just saying that's enough. Let's go through here maybe. And the bike. Oop. No, that's jumping jack's nest. Definitely not there. Okay, it is this is a bog. Hence, this is not going to be. It's a bog. Oh, yeah, no, it's a bog. Okay, can't be. I have to continue. I'll get some water just in case. I don't know where I'm going to get to. My legs, like I said, are very tired. Still going. Very slowly now. Hopefully over this hill there's a creek, a little creek there should be. And it should be somewhere flat. And it's opening up a bit so the trees aren't as big. Yep. Just a ghost at the moment. Pushing onwards. Hopefully down this little bit over here, that'll be the creek and somewhere flat. On my map I just had on, it shows the creek does start just over there, so I think it must be down there a little bit. There must be a stream, and back there was nice camping and a bit of a view, so I think I'm exhausted. I've been going since 8 o'clock this morning and it's 10 to 5. Somewhere up here, there'll be a creek down to the right if I can go down far enough. And there's also, should be somewhere to camp here that the trees aren't going to collapse and fall on me. Creek must go off down there. Bit of snow over there. Yep, bit of snow over there. Somewhere in this open plain here. That'll be perfect. There's got to be a creek down there somewhere. And there's snow anyway, so I can always melt the snow if I need to be. Can you tell I'm tired? Very tired. Now, where's a good spot? Here's really flat. The view might be nicer there. Anyway, let's figure this out. I think here should do. Somewhere here. I'll have a quick look. There's a deer trail here. It's all deer prints. They've actually made a trail. I presume you can see it's a bog down here, so there will be water. Yep, there's a little bit of creek flowing there. So I walk down that gully a bit I'll be able to get water. So I think back there's the best. There's snow just up over there, so it's cold. Yep. Just there. Yeah. It is cold. Let's get a jumper on, a few more jumpers on. Get ready for some bad weather tomorrow. Anyway, this is where it'll have to be. It's open, there's no trees above me. There's the flattest spot. I think here. Right here, right here. Hi and welcome. Today's a wet day. It's just raining and it's probably going to turn to snow soon. So just going to have to bunker down and sit in the tent all day. But that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to show you what food I've got and stuff I've got at the moment. Well, it's a wet day, as I just said, and it's going to turn to snow later. This is the food I've taken on this trip. It's about 10 days worth of food. I've been out for one night, so I've already had one breakfast. So I got 5 pink lady apples, lots of muesli bars, tuna, a whole lot of veggies, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, garlic, mushrooms, walnuts, heaps of muesli, a whole kilo of powdered milk, pasta, peanut butter, 2-minute noodles, couscous, and just some powder stuff, some garlic powder and ginger. And that should last me 10 days. That's a fair bit of weight when you're carrying it on the bike. And then you've got your gas also you got to carry, so it adds up. I've also got a 60 watt solar panel because I was low on battery, so I'm going to have to charge that. I've also got 50,000 milliamp battery, which I'm going to have to charge when the sun comes out. Gore-Tex jacket, sleeping bag, lots of warm clothing. Unfortunately, I only find one waterproof glove. Like, I've got lots of gloves. I've got these aren't waterproof. They're good for the snow, but they're not waterproof. But I've only got one waterproof, which scares me a little bit if it gets real bad, but that's why I'm bunkering down. As it rains all day and it will turn to snow. Yeah, it should be okay. Anyway, this is one of those days where you just listen to the rain. And as you can see, the day is not very inviting outside. It's just a rainy day. Okay, it's snowing. It's accumulating on my tent pretty quickly. It's coming down a fair bit now. So the process, this is all going to turn white by tomorrow morning. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it out of my tent. Keep the door zipped up. I keep banging it on the tent, knocking it down. So if it gets too heavy on the tent, on these tents, well, even though it's a 4-season tent, it does weigh down and then it starts to tap on the sides and then you can get a bit wet. So while I can do the process, keeping it off, I do this, because then it builds up around and sort of forms like an igloo around. It's 2 p.m. and I think it's stopped snowing a bit. Let's go out and see the outside world. It's 2 p.m. and let's see what the outside world looks like. It's changed. pushing the snow off my tent as it's been snowing, so it accumulates around the sides. Yeah, we've had a bit of snow. There's probably more to come. Bike's over here. It's meant to be fine tomorrow, so I should be able to continue on. Should be okay. Anyway, how a day can change from the morning when there was grass to now when it's all white. I'm walking up to Blackjack's Tower. 7-kilometre walk, there and back. It's definitely a changed landscape from yesterday. It's a bit of a lull in the storm, so I've started to go for a walk, as you can see. I think it's starting to come back in again soon, so I should be up the top of Blackjack's Tower, which is 1,605 metres, very shortly. I can turn around. Seen a few deer prints and some rosellas. Other than that, it's pretty quiet except for the wind. It's lucky I didn't really care if I make the top or not, because no persons beyond this point. Blackjack's Tower, I guess you're not allowed to climb. Anyway, we'll head back now. This beautiful landscape. It's a lovely day for a walk as the snow comes in. I've done a little bit of the trail, what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's the direction I go tomorrow, if it's fine weather. If it's still snowing like this, I won't. I've gone for a 7-kilometre walk up to Blackjack's Tower, which I couldn't enter because they had the sign. But anyway, it's okay. Trudge my way back to the tent. So the weather is just turning and coming back in again. It's fine for that part, but it's starting to come in sago snow now. Anyway. There's a deer. There's 2 deers just on the trail. This is the stag. He's not sure what to do. There he goes. Welcome to a new day. The sun looks like it's just about to shine. My tent's frozen all around and it's going to start to drip from the condensation of me breathing last night. So let's try and see if we can get out. I got out before the zipper was frozen. The sun is out. Brilliant. Sunshine in a frozen wilderness. I'm limited on battery power today. But I'm glad to see that sunshine. We'll head up the trail that way, pack up slowly, and hopefully it'll clear. My tent's definitely frozen. It's going to be a bit trickier to pack up this morning. Just having a frozen tent makes packing up really complicated. Anyway, have to deal with it, won't we? Anyway. Survive the night, as you do. That's beautiful though. Okay, I'm all packed up and ready to go. Bike's all loaded up. The sun is shining. Let's hope it's okay. It's a fair bit of snow compared to when I arrived. Well, there was a couple tiny patches up there. Now it's a complete snow playground. Packed up the tent. You can see where the tent was. That's Obviously there was no snow when I arrived. Quite a bit. It looks like it's clearing, so I'm going to head out and see what happens. Not completely sure of my plans because I was aiming for the jungle wilderness, but with this much snow I might not get through, so I might go up to the road about 10 kilometres this direction and then head towards Khancoban, Geehi, but we'll see. Play it as it goes, as you have to do with cycle touring. Be adaptive. Something like that anyway. Anyway, I better start the struggle. Limited on power today. I've only got about 70% power on the phone, so yeah, can only do so much video and stuff. Anyway, here we go. All the trees are frozen. I'm glad there's not any overhanging trees because all the ice is starting to crash out because the sun's on it. I already got hit in the head once when I parked my bike under a little bit because you rest your bike on it and it puts a little bit of pressure through the tree and the ice comes crashing down. We'll trudge along and see how we go today. At the moment, it's all good. It's 11:15, so the day is progressing along. This is on the sheltered side, obviously. This must be the northern side. I've got 3.5 litres of water at the moment, so it should be enough until I need to resupply. I'll get to my camp. Undecided yet tonight where I'm heading. And it's 11:15, we'll see how the day progresses, how fast we go along this trail. It's turning into a creek now. I've let my tyres down a bit, a fair bit. There's only so much you can let them down with a load. You have to go slow through sharp rocks and stuff. So I'm hoping to get through this trail, manjar trail, before this all softens up and turns to slush. Don't want to be descending. I've still got to go up more to get to the road. A fair bit more. Oh, it is what it is, hey? Ah, it's a beautiful day. Some rosellas just flying past now. I've seen quite a few rosellas. Lots of deer prints. very tentative at the moment because I know my bike can slide out from underneath me quite easy. Put the brakes on a bit hard and over you go. Haven't got gloves on, so it's getting a bit cooler on the downhill. When you're pushing your bike up the hills, or riding it, pushing it, both a combination today. Done mostly riding today, surprised me, I thought it'd be more pushing. But you do get quite warm, even though you've got to wear jackets and that in case the snow comes in. It's a beautiful trail at the moment. Amazing riding here. We are descending. When you know you've got to go uphill, I don't really like descending. Yeah, anyway. I think it was about 10 kilometres this way. About, maybe. A few branches are broken off down on this tree. Hopefully none while we're going underneath it. So it's warmed up down here, that's why all that's fallen off. All the ice has already fallen off these trees. This is turning to water pretty rapidly. Already into different trees. Not sure if they're woolly butts or mountain ash. That could be the same thing. I think they're a snow gum sort of where we were, but these are, I think, woolly butts or mountain ash, which I think they're the same. We're in the big trees here. Where all the fires came through in 2019. Out into a plain. There's not much wind today, besides a few occasional rosellas. It's pretty silent. And the water, obviously, from the tyres. Snow is melting quickly on these lower spots. We are in spring. So midway through spring. There's a bit of water flowing along this track. So I want to keep going, get to the sealed road, and that way this all turns to mud or a river, which it is pretty quickly. 3 kilometres approximately till I get back on the main road. That main road is shut in winter, so they may have cleared it, or there might be a 4-wheel drive track along it, or it might be not cleared at all. So I really don't know. I think we're getting up to Emu Plain by what I looked on the map. Got a bit cooler now, I've gained a little bit more altitude. Got my gloves and jumper back on. Definitely the only one out here though, nobody else. Thinking this might be Emu Plain. Looks like a pretty big plain to me. I'm on the main road now. That's Mount Jungle ahead of us. Straight, the big mountain that you can sort of see in the distance. Now to be careful, this is still icy, some of this. It's been graded luckily, or ploughed, the snow ploughs come along. Still gotta be careful. Slowly getting there. I'm on the sealed road, so I'm rolling for once. This should be about the highest point at the moment, so it should slowly start to descend. Still got a few reasonable climbs, but then there's a long, steep downhill through all the cuttings. It's pretty spectacular. Had a lot of bushfires through here on 2019. It's really devastated the place. It's like, and it burnt really hot. That's Round Mountain. You can probably figure out why it's called Round Mountain. It's a little bit chilly going downhill now. Snow is slowly going as we descend. Still got a few climbs, but not many. Crimson Rosella. Beautiful. There's heaps of them up here in the snow. Heaps and heaps. Just begun the descent, and it's a big descent. Spectacular cuttings as I go uphill. Not too many more uphills. They're steep, just the same. Let the descent begin. That's the snowplow. He cleared the road. I'm very glad. Spectacular cliffs. Well, sorry, spectacular cuttings. They're like cliffs. Over here. Yeah, that's me. Now he spotted me. Hello, Mr. Kangaroo. Goes kangaroo. Slowly back away from me. You probably see the reflection of himself in the camera lens. He's just sunbaking, getting nice and warm. Yep, got your defence mechanism going. After a day of charging yesterday, my battery went instantly flat for some reason. No real explanation why. So I'm trying to charge off USB, but there's no sun. They can bite you. They can sting you really bad, those jumping jacks. They might look harmless. Got a painful sting. As you probably noticed, I'm back on the main road. I had to turn around as they were doing major tree works on the Bicentennial National Trail, or the Geehi Falls Fire Trail. So had to turn around and go up the Alpine way. Bit of a mission, but anyway. Slowly getting to Scammell's Lookout soon. Shouldn't be long. That's Scammell's Lookout. The main range behind. It's a big descent from here, about 7 kilometre descent, very shortly. Quick look at that. It's beautiful. Here goes a big descent, 7 kilometres. Well, that climbing, now we go down. long descent. My battery's about to die on this DJI Pocket 2. It's in the red zone. I'm just past Geehi. Let me explain. Well, Geehi's, the trees are all down there, so the campground is closed. Just like I did the Geehi walls, I had to turn around because that road was closed, or the track. Geehi camp is also closed. So it's almost dark now, so I'm on the national trail just next to Geehi. Geehi's just over there, so don't know what else to do. Anyway, it's one compromise after another this trip. Anyway, it's still good, still out here. And the challenges you get in life. Anyway, tent set up. That's Geehi camp over there, but it's closed as you can see by all the barriers. So there's no point in staying here really. May as well head back. Khancoban's 31, and then I've got about 50 kilometres, so about 81 kilometres today. Quite hilly terrain. Anyway, it's not raining. There's 70% chance of rain as far as I knew. But anyway, it's not raining now, so it shouldn't be too bad. That's where I was hoping to camp down there, on Geehi Flats. But it's not to be. Anyway, so 80 kilometres or 81 kilometres of reasonably hilly terrain. I always find these cuttings to be quite amazing. They're like straight up in some parts. I ride right next to them. Makes for good cycling. It is pretty steep though, as you can probably tell. And yes, I've got that annoying sound. I cleaned it up before I left for the trip and there was no sound. Oh, it just wants to return. That's the Murray hydro scheme. That's where a lot of electricity comes and all the water goes to Adelaide, in a sense. I've done a lot of descending then. It's about 9 kilometres to Khancoban now. It's a beautiful area. So we're making our descent to Khancoban. Last descent to Khancoban. getting buffeted by a really strong headwind. And it's a lot further than I thought. Well, I just turned off before and it was 62 kilometres to Tumbarumba. Oh well. And this wind is strong as. It's going to be slow progress today. This is Southern Cloud Lookout. That was one big climb. Up in the distance there, you see the snowy mountains. That's why it's called the Southern Cloud. It's very high. You get a great view of the snowy mountains. Climbing the last few hills on my 7th day before I make it back.